Okay, in this video, we'll be looking at installing Google Tag Manager inside LeadsHook and the website where you will be embedding LeadsHook. All right, so let's go ahead and do that now. And cross over to LeadsHook first. So that's where we're going to do that. So inside this decision tree. Just to review how you can do that inside LeadsHook is firstly under the admin function, you can add global scripts. So if it's a GTM container that you think you'll be using over and over and over again, then probably best to add it over here. That way, so that way you can just apply that on the decision tree level. Alternatively, in the decision tree, if it's, let's say, a single campaign or you just don't use global scripts for whatever reason, go under scripts, which is the gear button, gear icon, and then scripts, and then add it over here. Right, so that's where you're going to add it. And that's they're the two ways to add scripts inside LeadsHook. So I'm going to use the global one because it'll allow me to show another functionality of LeadsHook, the one for the gear icon with scripts at the decision tree level. That's pretty simple. It's the same thing, but I'll be doing it over here. So I'm going to go to admin, scripts, and this is where I'm going to add them. Right, so what scripts am I adding? If I go back to my GTM container right over here, I'll just click the GTM code or the GTM container ID. I believe it's what it's called. But basically, if I click that, it'll give me a bunch of code. So I'm going to copy that, and it says put it in the head section. So copy and add, and above the head, so just copy and paste that, and that's going to be Wiz testing, GTM test, and this is going to be the head script or head code, whatever you call it. I'm just calling it the script I'm going to put in the head section, and go ahead and save that. And I'm going to add another one, which is for the other bit that we saw here, which is this one here, which is after the opening body tag. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that. This one doesn't matter as much because it's a no script one, but nevertheless, for completeness, go ahead and add it in above body, and I'm going to go ahead and paste that, and it's going to be the same GTM, whatever. I'm just going to put it as GTM for now, but what you want to do is give it the same name, so I'm just going to, might as well do it properly, right? Copy, and go ahead and change that, paste that in, and that's done. Now, the reason why I'm being, oops, that should say body, not head. So the reason for naming them well is because if you're working on, let's say, 50 clients, and we do have LeadsHook users with almost 50 to 60 clients, 100 clients in some cases, they'll have like tons of these over here. So it'll become really, really difficult for you to, after a while, to make sure you get the right one. So make sure you name it really well, the client name, the website name, pick some convention that makes sense for your use case. Now, if you're just a marketer who works in lots of niches and stuff like that, or different types of campaigns, and you want to using different GTM containers for each one, then go ahead and mark it in that manner, like with your niche name or your vertical name, and perhaps a version number or something of that sort. So I'll let you pick your own sort of convention or the notation you want to use, but make it descriptive enough so that if you do add 20 or 30 of these, that you don't get lost as to which one it was. Okay, so that's just a tip there. All right, go ahead and to decision trees now. I'm going to go in here. And if I go back to the gear icon with scripts, I'll see them listed right over here. So there you go. They've already been pre-selected. And that's it. That's me applying GTM inside LeadsHook done. So as you can see, the LeadsHook part was quite simple. Most of the work was setting it up inside GTM. And then the application inside LeadsHook is quite simple. Right, so that's the first part done, right? But we're not finished yet because you're going to be embedding LeadsHook into some other website, such as a WordPress site, could be an Unbounce page or any number of other trackers, any number of other page builders out there. Now, we don't know if all of them handle GTM very well. They should, but if they do, then you should be fine. But they don't, then perhaps there's some other way of tracking this. If that's your situation, please get back to us, and perhaps we can find you a solution for that. So now I'm going to go into my website, which is going to be right over here. And I use a plugin called Header and Footer by Stefano Lisa, or Stefani Lisa, I think it is. I've got no idea what the guy's name is. I think it's that one. I don't know. Okay, hang on a second. Let me go into plugins, install plugins. And it's going to be, that's the one right there. Head, footer, and post injections by Stefano Lisa. All right, so that's I think that's how you say it. But anyway, that's the one that I use. That's the one that I prefer to use. There are plenty of plugins that allow you to do this. This is the one that I've seen has worked for me quite well over many years. So feel free to use that, or any other one that you have. Similarly, any page builder that you might be using might have something similar. If that's the case, go ahead and use that, or some way to add scripts into your page. What you're looking for is the ability to, I'll just go ahead and delete this because it's probably from an old test. Some way for you to add scripts in the head section and the body section. I know that not every page builder does. If the page builder does not, then you're out of luck with this method. And I can show you some other ways of doing it, but you're out of luck in terms of using GTM, because some do not allow you to put things into the head section. All right, but if they do, you're good. So what to do now? Well, we're going to go back into Google Tag Manager, which is right here. I'm going to go ahead and do the same, copy and paste. So that's the head section, and this is the after the opening body tag, which I'm going to go back here and copy this and go and put it over here. Right, so that's the installation of Google Tag Manager inside LeadsHook, as well as your website. Now, this part is not specific to what I'm showing you here. If you are using GTM on your site, irrespective of whether you use, even if you don't use LeadsHook, this is the step you'll be taking anyway. Right, so we've kind of gone in a bit of a long-winded way to get here, but I also wanted to share quite a bit about why we're doing what we're doing. So, because when it's time for testing, you'll realize if it's something breaks or whatever, you'll be able to quickly decipher it for yourself as to what the problem might be, or at least it makes it easy for us to support you if we. Or to quickly help you find the resolution if something's wrong. Right, so that completes. Oh yeah, I forgot. Sorry. Always do this. All right, save. Always save. All right, so that's done. Saved. We've installed the GTM container inside WordPress, and if I go to any page on this site, that tag manager will still fire, and if I go to a page with LeadsHook embedded, it'll still fire then as well. At least that's what I think will happen, and we're going to find that out in the next video, where we go and test this and make sure that everything is working really well, and then we'll continue with the final bits. All right, thank you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.